Says I'm live. So no matter what I want, no matter how I want to do this, I can't be laying back with my feet kicked up like I would like to be drawing or sketching. And that's all right. I'm not complaining, or at least I'm going to tell you I'm not complaining. Let's see. Hi. If you are watching, leave me a message. I have a shit show of technology going on in all my little space here with plugs and whatnot. And so knowing that you can see what I'm doing, whoever's sitting there watching me, would be really appreciated. That would be really cool. My brother streams video games on Twitch, and I was getting to know some of his peoples, and I got to watch some really cool gaming stuff. I haven't gamed, much like other things I haven't done, because I don't know, I got older. Hi, Godmama. Hi. So this piece that I am sketching over the blue pencils outline that I did is it's for one of the haikus. And it's, really hard to see at the moment, but I do intend to add pencil lines to the whole thing in this little live session. So hopefully, if you stick around, you'll know what it looks like. It is the basic outline of the world, of course, not perfectly geographically correct, because, that wouldn't be me. I don't know who that would be that would do it perfectly correct. And part of the haiku talks about waves, and so there's a lot of waves in here. And there's also, let me see, make sure I get the camera in. It's hard to see. So part of the challenge, I love this blue pencil thing, and I'm really super rad that I found what these even are, and will always be in debt to Richard Parada for that, for teaching me what these are. However, I'm just challenged by, I don't have an official art studio per se. I don't have art tables and art studio stuff. So I get to work from a bed or my workstation desk thing, which is really just a hodgepodge of stuff I put together with my roommate's furniture. So I'd have a place to work from now that I work from home. I'm actually going to be working from the office tomorrow in Old Town, so that should be interesting. I haven't gotten the word out to my down the hill peeps, but I will be in Old Town tomorrow from 8 to 4:30. I can't believe I have to actually get up and deal with commuting for the first time in, I don't know, a year. That should suck royally. Yeah, so there. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. My coworker is on vacation, and here comes Florida, my little take of Florida, which turned out to be part of the man's face. And yeah, it's a so that I don't know this haiku by heart. I don't know any of my poetry by heart yet, but I am trying. I'm trying to memorize some of my pieces, because as things are opening up and as timing might permit, or as I might be able to get down the hill, I hope to go and do some live spoken word poetry readings out, in a venue. That would be cool. It'd be nerve-wracking and anxious and fucking crazy as all get out, but it'd be cool. A car. Do you remember how to drive? My voice went away. Oh, well, I hope you can still hear me. I'm using the camera that's picking up the drawing. It should be picking up my mic. That's probably the hardest part about doing this with me on the screen as opposed to not being on the screen is the crossover between two audio signals. And I think I finally have it mastered to figure out how to do that. I hope my voice is yes, can't hear me. What the hell? It says it's working, and that doesn't make any sense at all. Echo cancellation. I wonder if it's because that was on. I don't know. I hope you can hear me now. It's, you know, everything on my end says it's working. The little dots are moving. You know, so fucking frustrating. I could try switching to the audio of the phone. Let me see. No, that won't work. That is the wrong audio. Did I do something wrong? Maybe you did. I don't know. You know, that's a good point. That's a good point, Godmama. I'm gonna let me see on my end if I were looking. That's a really good point. Let me see. Oh yeah. No. I can hear the dog barking, so it's definitely not. It's not my feed. Woohoo! Maybe you accidentally muted yourself, turned your speaker off or something. Oh my God, that's a good point. Good question though, you know, because the other day on Sunday it took me 3 tries. Or no, it was maybe not Sunday. Anyway, one of the times I went live last week, I think. One of the first times I was trying to figure out this side-by-side thing and sketching thing, and yeah, it took me 3 tries before I finally could be on with volume, with video, and and actually get the sketch in. And even then, one of the times, you couldn't see what I was doing because the camera feed was all blurry. It was ridiculous. I think it was one of the days I was painting. People they could kind of see what I was doing, but the stupid feed, like my I was clear as a bell, but what I was painting was all blurry for people, and they're like, and I'm like, well, that makes no sense. You can blur me. I don't, you know, I almost was like, fine, if it comes to that, I don't have to be in the feed. But I don't know why, but it just makes me feel like I'm socializing, and I don't like to socialize. So there you go. This is my contribution to socializing. Oh my God, I can't see where I put that blue line. Oh, there it is. Oh, so I first sketched the world, and then I stepped back from the piece, and I saw a man's face, and then I saw a woman's face, and it's perfect because of the poem, because of the haiku that this is about, because it's about 2 people living really far away from each other, really far apart, and not being able to be near each other. And how even though they're that far apart or they're whatever away from each other, it's about longing, and it's a haiku, so there's only 3 lines, and you know, but that's kind of like, I go into this is what I love about this whole project. So I go into a piece and I go, oh, I'm going to do the haikus first. I'm going to sketch the haikus first. Because, you know, they're haikus, don't you know, Dory? Those will be easy. I'll just do these little easy beasy little, you know, illustrations to go with the haiku. And I pull out this haiku about the, you know, being the world away from each other and waves, you know, because I love the ocean. I love anything with Mother Ocean because, of course, you know, it just came to me. The haiku was part of a writing project last year, and it was cool. I actually got pretty good at writing them without even having to do the syllables count thing, but I still would you know, because I'm paranoid, and even though like I try not to have too many rules, there's still that part of me that is a perfectionist. And so even though I would kind of, what the hell, I'd kind of write something and I'd know like, okay, yeah, it's a haiku, it's good. I would still run it through the syllable counter thing. There's a couple of parts of the human body that I really don't care how they come out. The nose and the ear make me want to cry sometimes. One of the other pieces that I'm sketching, I put her away. I'm doing the blue pencil part for her, and it's the of course I would do an angle. You know, I was inspired by a picture of the daughter of a friend, and I'm doing this sketch and I can't get the ear right, and it was frustrating me. So I put her away and I decided to come online and pencil this because I couldn't look at the ear anymore. I couldn't look at that ear anymore on that piece. It was frustrating me. And so here I am sketching. Aw, so my godmama had a problem with her phone, so she had to go. Looks like maybe she'll get back, maybe not. Says nobody's watching me. It's no shock. It's no surprise. I'm getting bitter, and I'm feeling myself getting bitter. And that's okay. That's okay. Because these will be here for what I call posterity. And, you know, my sons will have tons of video footage to go back and look at, or show their grandkids, my grandkids, or they can, you know, whatever, they can show them to people. So even if nobody watches me, even if nobody comes on live and watches me, my live videos will be here for my grandkids and great grandkids to watch. Someone someday will watch one of my videos from start to finish, and they'll go, oh, how cool is that? And until then, I will sit here and sketch in my own little world, in my own little solitude, and try not to cry. Okay. Yay. Can anybody see the faces yet? Oh yeah, I did do the faces. I did, sort of. I have more waves to do. Where's my camera? It's always funny. I was like, I want to make sure the sketch is in the camera so someone could actually even see what I'm doing. So the other thing that was coming out of me with this whole project was some symmetry, shapes, designs. I found myself revisiting some things I used to do in my pieces back when I would do a lot of my stuff on paper. And that's kind of cool. At first, it was almost like, kind of like riding a bike where you're kind of unsteady and you're kind of not sure, and then you've got it, but then you get your footing and you're like, okay. And that's where this is at for me. I am now at this point where I'm mostly doing it for my sanity. I'm mostly continuing forward for my sanity. More so than giving much fuck or much care or concern about whether it actually gets done. I'm keeping my hands moving is what I'm doing. That's just what I'm doing. I don't know where this stuff comes from. The stuff that just comes out of me. I was watching one of the guys I follow on Twitch today. He is an illustrator for children's books, and I'm always just in awe. I think his name's David Peterson, and I can't remember the name of the children's book he illustrates, but you know, I could sit here and think I'm great, or think I'm doing a good job, or think any of this looks good, and then I watch someone like that, and I'm like, yeah, one could only hope to be as good as he is, or some of the other artists out there, and then it's like, I get to just, you know, remind myself, I don't necessarily do this for anyone in particular. And I certainly am not doing it for money. God, if I was doing this for money, I would have quit a long fucking time ago. I would have quit a long time ago. I don't always have a great attitude about my career. But then there's moments where I know for a fact that it's no accident that I have the career I have, because it has kept me employed, it has kept me sane, and it's provided what I needed to provide for my sons. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all I need to do. That is it. That's the extent of what I need to get done. The rest of what I do, these things that I'm doing, that's just to keep me sane. I might as well be in like my own little self-committed mental hospital right now, because that's pretty much where I'm at. And I'm talking some I'm just talking some serious, like, who gives a fuck shit right now. And mostly because, you know what? I have too many people, not too many, I have a few people accuse me of not being willing to show my heart or let people see me or get to know me. And you know what? I try. I feel like I try. I feel like I'm gonna cry. And I do, and then they either don't notice me or don't stick around. Because when I show my heart, really show my heart, it's too much for most people. They don't know what to fucking do with that. They don't have the first clue how to deal with anyone with a heart like mine. I haven't met anyone who could deal with a heart like mine. So yeah, there they are. There's the tears. You know, when I'm looking at it from here, right here, with the blurry eyes and the tears in my eyes, I see like one of those mirror balls, not mirror balls, but like one of those balls or a globe. It definitely oh wow. If I were painting this, I would do a color in the middle that would just blast everything out in front of it. Like, I would make sure that the color in the background is super bright. But yeah, like, you know what? I was kind of just sitting here, and I know someone's watching. Whoever you are, you can say hi or not. Nobody has said hi except my godmama. But yeah, if my best friend decides to watch this, or if my goddaughter decides to watch this, or if anyone decides to watch this and gets to this point in the video, I want you to leave a comment, because people tell me I don't let people in and I don't let people see my heart. So if you are watching and you're watching to this point, you're welcome. Because I can't stand what I'm doing right now. I mean, I love the piece. No. This I love. This I love. This is annoying the fuck out of me. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. With tears in my eyes. I can't fucking see. With tears in my eyes. Frustration in my voice. I'm going to finish this fucking pencil outline live. And if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't watch it, they don't watch it. And then when they ask me one day, or make the mistake of telling me that I'm cold, or that I don't have a heart, or that I don't care, or that I don't show them who the real Dory is, I will just send them the link to this fucking video. and say, there you go. Because, you know, this whole book is, I mean, the name of it says it all. The name of it says this is not emotional burlesque. So there you go. I'm not clothed right now. I'm as naked as I could emotionally be. I just cried live on live fucking feed, and you know, I'm kind of over the tears. Like, I'm kind of sick of them. They're kind of pissing me the fuck off. I'm almost at the point where if one more thing happens, or if one more person says something, or if one more post reminds me, if one more fucking thing happens that reminds me of anything sad, I am gonna lose my shit. I'm just sick of it. I just teared. I just cried on my paper. There's a tear on my paper. You know, maybe. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. You know, yeah. Not impressed. I wish there was a way to know who came on, who popped in, who sat there and watched for a minute and didn't bother to say anything. That would be funny. I would love to know that. I would love to know who that is, who those people are, who does that. Who the fuck does that? I don't know. It's 2020. Or 2021 actually, which means, you know, I have ceased to be surprised by the indecency of human behavior, or had ceased to be surprised by the indecency of human behavior a really long time ago. Humans have been nothing but disappointing my entire life. From the moment I knew I was not an inanimate object, which was probably right around the first time someone did something to me that hurt like fuck. And I got to sit there and you know, go, fuck, this hurts. Oh, I don't want to fuck up the lines. I don't know. I really don't care about anything else being straight, but for some reason, and I don't know what these are going to be. I really don't. But I do know I drew them. When I was doing the blue pencil, they came to me as I was doing it, and I'm like, you know, that's a great idea. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why. So they're in the piece, and we'll see when we get done what I will do with them. How does that, there's this quote, and I know it's not mine, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but I've always loved more than I was loved, given more than I was given. Something about being raised. And it's funny, because it's really not fair to say that I was raised, to be frank. It was not fair. It is not fair to say I was raised. Nobody fucking raised me. There were adults around providing and making sure there was food in the house. And then when I was in foster care, I was managed, if that's the word, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they call it. The people who work in foster care and what they're doing. I mean, they're not raising you. So it's really, you know, not accurate to say I was raised, because nobody raised me. And I got to come into this world and come out of high school into the wide, big, open, scary world. Had my older sister in my life, Linda. yeah. If anyone had any influence on actually what you would call raising a person, it would be her. It would be her. Which is why, without question, it has everything. I mean, why on earth would I hold back from doing anything for her children? Why? Why would I? I mean, she's the closest thing to a mom I had. That's for sure. Oh. Okay. Oh, thank God this is my painting sweatshirt. And I really don't care about the fact that it's, you know, it's already all stained up with paint. Why not a whole bunch of tears and snot? Because I am sketching, don't you know? And I'm sketching live, don't you know? And I'm showing my heart, don't you know? So, fuck it. Fuck it. You know? I'm not fucking gonna go offline just because I'm crying. Fuck it. I really don't give a fuck. I have no more fucks to give. I am so over it. And it's funny. You know what's really funny is when people come out of the woodwork when shit hits the fan and things are really bad. Nobody wants to come around when it's good, you know. And I'm like, this doesn't fucking make any sense to me, because those same people will imply that I should, you know, I should reach out to them when I'm hurting, or I should reach out to them when I need someone. And I'm like, motherfucker, if I can't find you in my life on any other given day of the year, why the fuck would I call you when shit's hitting the fan? That makes no fucking sense to me. That's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. I'm never going to reach out to anyone who acts as if I don't even exist the rest of the fucking time of the year. If the only time they think being around in my life makes any sense to them is when shit's hitting the fan, or there's drama for them to be a part of, and maybe, you know, some mess to hear about, okay, fine. I'm not gonna be that girl. I'm just not gonna be that girl that's gonna tell them anything. No. I can count on one hand the number of people who pay any real significant care or concern to what's really actually happening with me. And as my goddaughter would put it, it's because I don't show my heart and I don't let people get in. And I'm like, well, here you go. Here you go. This is me. This is me. Right now. This video. Because every fucking time I do, whoever I'm showing it to, do you think they're gonna stick around? Fuck no. There goes another tear right in the center of my paper. Oh, another one. See, I'm not even gonna wipe them away anymore. I'm not even gonna wipe them away anymore. There's something about the waves and the fact that this is Mother Earth, that even though I'm crying, even though I was sitting here and crying, I'm okay. I'm okay. I am really actually okay. So, that piece, I will let the tears dry on it, and hopefully, knowing that I'm working with an ink pen will keep me from ruining this piece, because I would not be able to let a tear drop on this and not have to pay the consequences. I'd have to probably redo the whole entire piece, because this is a really, really thick I want to say it's a medium point gel pen. Is it technically an art pen? Fuck no. They're cheap as fuck, and they're not fine. Like you can see, I don't know why I want to call the pen a he. They bleed. They do. But that's okay, because I am okay with that. It took my brain to wrap around the fact that everything I'm doing, all of the different things I'm doing for this particular book, the intention is for them to remain in a kind of sketched manner. And so that's going to work, because I have just about mastered these 3 apps on my phone. It's so funny, because I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how I just released my very first own fully produced spoken word album with music. And it was the tribute album for Van Bates. And it was, it was my GarageBand app on my phone that I did it with. And it was so cool, because I would never have done that if I hadn't met Van. I would have never even had considered doing anything like that. I would have kept using, well, one, I would have never released the album, because I would have kept telling myself that until I found someone who was willing to score music for my poetry, then I would just, leave it out there, give it away, let it be free. Who wants to pay for spoken word poetry anyway? I don't care. I love it. If I found a spoken word poet tomorrow that is a romance poet, actually I know exactly who, and I already follow him, and if I could afford it, I'd own everything that he's ever done. But he is the only. Him and Jim Storm, Michael Xavier and Jim Storm, are the only 2 poets that I have found that write about similar topics as me. All the other poets I come across write about social stuff and politics, and which is fine. I'm not trying to be judgmental. But I got enough of that in my real fucking world. This real world we're in, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. And so the last thing I want when I need entertainment, or I need to be taken in a place away from this fucked up world, the last thing I want is politically inclined social issue poetry. So I like my romantic poets. I like my romance. And so there. And I can feel the tears coming back. And I'm like, Dory, you can't cry on the ink one. You can't cry on the ink one. Whoever that is that's watching, you missed all the crying and the bitch fest tantrum. So good. Because if you're visiting me right now, you're going to be one of those rare human souls that got to see Dory really not give a fuck about what anybody was saying or doing right now, because I'm in just that kind of a mood. The grief is finally coming, and I'm so not looking forward to it. And yeah, there it is. There you go. The momentum of all of the things I've been doing to keep myself busy, to keep myself from feeling it. It's all here. It's all here now. And I'm not liking it. But, anything is better than being numb. Anything is better than how I used to cope. The old me would be wasted right now. I'm not doing that. Fuck that choice. That's not going to be my choice today. Oh. Hey, that tear missed the paper. Yay. Oh, it's so cool. I got to remember to tell my best friend Leslie about the fact that since I follow their Island Packet Yachts videos, I I'm doing these lines in a lot of my work that remind me of sailboats and sail lines and ropes and stuff, and it's just visuals that come to mind while I'm sketching, or visuals that come to mind while I'm drawing or doing what I'm doing. And here comes the tears again. Oh God, you know, the fact that my best friend in the entire world lives on the other coast doesn't help. It doesn't help. She's one of the few people who actually, when she says she gives a shit about me, she fucking means it. And that's rare. Everybody wants to say that they're kind. Everybody wants to say that they care. But very few people actually fucking prove that. And I try. I'm probably terrible at it too. There's probably someone somewhere mad at me for not paying them any enough attention or something, and I probably don't even know about it. I probably don't even realize it. If it's a guy, they can fuck off. But if it's a woman, let me know. Let me know, because I will make sure to rectify that. Not that I wouldn't be there for one of my godsons. They all know. My godsons know. They can reach out to me any day on fucking time they want. My godson Jay, he's so fucking cute. Okay, so he's on the other coast, and when he gets put in Facebook jail a lot. And when he gets put in Facebook jail, he knows that I'm gonna get fucking worried about him and wonder where he's at. So he'll send me posts in my I'm fucking crying thinking about it. He will send me stuff in Facebook Messenger to make sure that I know what's going on with him, because I can't handle when I'm like, wait, where's Jay? Where's my great godson? Because his little boy, so beautiful. Okay, I can't see again. I can't see again because of the blurriness from the crying. Please don't cry on the ink. Oh my God. Okay. Dried the face. Hi, Emily Catherine. Someone who actually was here and watched and actually took a moment to make a comment. I've had a lot of people come on and it said someone was watching and they didn't leave a comment, and I don't understand people who do that. It just baffles me. It just fucking baffles me how anyone could possibly do that. If I see someone's live on Facebook and I don't want to say anything to that person, I'm probably not going to click on it. But yeah, the grief is finally taking over. Like, all of this momentum I had of all of the things I've been doing for the last month, that I keep telling myself I should stay off social media. I should stop checking people's feeds. I should stop looking at things that are online. And I just can't. I can't. And I know that if I do, thank God this is a wispy weed looking thing, because so not to line. It's ironic. It's so fucking ironic to me that the one person that's breaking my heart right now is the one person who would also probably yell in my ear to not give up and to not stop creating and to not blah blah blah. Like, and I get it. I get it. His voice is in my head. His voice has been in my head since February. And that's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of people out there that know exactly how I feel. It's a large group of people, actually. It's a large group of people. Okay. I'm almost done with this one, and then I'm gonna get off. because I can't stop crying. And yeah. Oh, I'm going to end up dropping some big wallop of a tear on this ink. And if I do that, I there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that, because it will literally ruin it. I mean, okay, if I were gonna end up painting this, sure, it probably would. It probably would be okay. But I'm not. I'm not painting this. I am going to manipulate it with some digital photo tools, that kind of thing, because it is going to be an illustration in my book. I'm digging, you know, like, this is of course inevitable. The things I throw the biggest tantrum about are usually the things that I dig my heels into, like a rabid dog. And I will fucking learn it. I will figure it out. It may take me a while. I may have to bitch and moan and cry and whine, get pissed off, yell at people, whatever. But then I'll figure it out. And I did, and I figured it out. And so, because before I had some of those skills in me, this whole project was overwhelming, and I was gonna give up. I was gonna be like, fuck this idea, like fuck it hard. And then I got to know how to do some of the stuff, and if you're watching right now, you're at the tail end of my meltdown, my online meltdown. Of course, the tears are they're right there. And oh, you know, it's funny. I was thinking, I'm like, I think part of why I stayed online while I was crying was that I probably would have stopped crying if I had gone offline. I would have sucked it back, and this is one of those few times where I just let it happen. I just let it happen, because usually I would have gone, I don't know, made a cup of hot cocoa. Oh my God, one of my girls tonight was telling me this story about this little kid, and how someone asked this little kid, you know, if you found out your boyfriend cheated on you with your friend, what would you do? And this kid was like a kindergartner. And this is like, this little girl, this little kindergarten. This is 2021 we live in. And this little kindergarten, this little 5-year-old says, well, I think I would take a deep breath, calm down, make a cup of hot cocoa, and calm down. And I, like, what? You know, little 5-year-old kindergarten, woke as fuck, talking about meditation, being calm, and cocoa, and I'm laughing at this story, and I'm laughing now retelling it. And when my girl Diana was telling me this earlier, it didn't strike me as funny, but it's fucking it's tripping me out. And that's just the world we're in. And you know, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, sure. Okay, calm down, be woke as fuck. Let's go meditate. Let's do some yoga. That's all great, you know, but I embraced the full-on meltdown of tears live on fucking Facebook and Twitch and everywhere, YouTube, everywhere I am right now, because that's exactly what I would do if I were offline right now and I had that come over me. Like, well, one, it probably wouldn't have come over me like that. And I know it's because that piece, this is what I was doing earlier. This particular piece, you know, this simple little, what I thought would be this little easy piece, this little easy breezy haiku piece, you know, like made me lose my fucking shit. Talking about my childhood and talking about my family and talking about fucking shit that happened to me as a kid. Oh my God, not to mention as a grown fucking woman. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm going to remind myself I'm not ever allowing anything to happen to me ever again that even mirrors on any remote level the bullshit I've ever had done to me. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. It's one thing to have gone through the things I've gone through, and it's a whole other thing to suit up and show up for that bullshit and let someone do it again. No, I'm not that girl. Go find someone else to victimize. I'm over it. Now I'm all sniffly. And now I'm going to sit here and add detail. So yeah, so this middle petal leaf thing I got going on here, I totally know that I'm gonna be able to tell my best friend that it was inspired by her company somehow. For me, it's a total sailboat theme came out of me in relation to it somehow. I don't know why. Probably because I miss her like fuck. I miss her really bad. I miss my godmom. That's so crazy. The two women that I know for a fact care about me. Like, for a fucking fact. Don't live here. They don't live here. They don't live here anymore. And yeah. There is a woman, actually, up here in Ramona. And I need, as soon as I get off this feed, I'm going to message her because, she has been reaching out. She has made sure. And I just, I have to give credit where credit is due, and I can't sit here and think there isn't anyone, or say there isn't anyone, because that would be inaccurate. That would not be accurate. So I am done. Hey, and I got through inking, and I know I really do want to put more into this particular one with a little bit more detail. I have here, let me turn it over. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's wet right here. Tears on my board. I had to go online to find, geometrical plastic things for shapes. And, when that gets here, there's some things that I want to go back to some of the inked pieces and do in them. And it's not that I can't do them freehand, because I do almost everything freehand. It's kind of how I work. It's how I roll. But like I used in the last piece, my visual, there's something about it that that tells me that I'm gonna want to put some shapes in it. This is the other piece, and there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna do the heart real quick. There's something about it. I know when I get to that point, like right now when I'm putting the ink, I'm gonna want to be more precise with some of it. And I know when those shape geometrical things come, it'll work, and I'll have it, because I think one of the things I want to do with this piece is a compass, or I can't remember. Oh, look, my tear spot's dry. There's 3 big whopper tears that were on this piece, and the salty tear is dried. Maybe I'll finish these after I'm done with the book, and I'll go back and I'll finish them the way that I used to do my paper art before I transition to canvas, and so that when I die, my kids won't just have the canvas art to get rid of, they'll have all of this shit too. And and hey, I still may have I was telling one of my girls today on the phone that I may be having a fire sale with my art, meaning that if someone doesn't physically come to Ramona and pick it up and take it from me, I think I'm burning everything. and she's like, her expression, and I'm like, no, you think I'm kidding? I'm not fucking kidding. I am that bitch. You know, like I'm totally that girl. I am totally that woman that will completely torch every single piece of art I have if it means feeling refreshed, reborn, renewed, giving me a clean slate to start from. Yeah, setting complete and utter fire to every single thing I have. Yeah,